Check. Check. All right. Shalom Yahbashim Yahshua thumb to the brothers. Salam Hawashimar Alathun Bashim Yahshua to the sisters. We are Isupk started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Since 1969, we're teaching that blacks, natives, and Hispanics are the true Jews according to the Bible. Today is a Saturday morning Sabbath service, a little bit earlier than usual. I'm saying we're still gonna get it in. Sabbath service, as some of y'all know, most of y'all know, for y'all tuning in, it's 49 verses in Hebrew, 49 verses in English. I'm saying we're gonna read it in the Hebrew, then we're gonna break down in English. But with that, nothing else. With that, I might even just meet up here. Loyal for Allah, which means to Israel. Which means to rise and face the east. For those of you at home, going over the prayers, the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, or we're starting with the Lord's Prayer in English, or slacking. Starting with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, just follow along. Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakutka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arasaza, Kowa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Latanlanawa, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalaklanawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawathinawa, Wala'a, Tabayaynawa, Banasaya 1, Abal, Hawashainawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, so like a Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wa'atapara, La'iwalamyam, Aman. The Lord's Prayer in English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Amen. This is the Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashemi Hawashai, Babakashah, Natan Lanawa, Hakak, Hakak, Larapa'ah, Kal Makalah, Wakal Madawa, Hakak, Latahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, Lahakwayim, Hamathim, Hakak, Arakawath, Hatama'ala, Lagarshan, Bahashemi Hawashai, the water Aman. This is the Hakak, the power in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it. This bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashemi Hawashai, Barak Lanawa, Wayashra'ala, Bahabayah, Saparium, Barak, Bahashemi Hawashai, the water Aman. What we just said was, Lord, in the name of Yahushua, bless us and Israel and the school in the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. This is Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayunya, All, Haharyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Wa Aratza, Oyathan, Namawat, Rogalka, Oyanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawamor, Yasra'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Oyad, Yamyamka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarach, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal, Rai, Yashamar, Athapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaathka, Wabawaathka, Mayatha, Waiwalamya. This is Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper, the Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. This is Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Aladami Alaka, Al Takarash, Wa Al Tashakwat, Al Kayahana, Ayawabika, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Al Imaka, Ya'arwamya, Sawada, Wayata, Ya'itasawa, Al Tasapawanika, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakakidam, Magawa, like Magawa, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sum Yasha'ala, Iwada, Yaha, like Kaya, Nawa Itazawa, Naba, Yakadwa, Ayaka, Barya, Yakawathwa, it's like Ahalya, Adawam, Wayashamai, Allah, Yum, Mawa'aba, Wahagarium, Gabal, Wa'imawan, Wa'imalak, Palashah, Am Yashabia, Tazawar, Gum Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zerawai, Labunya, Lawat, Salah, Aisha, Lahum, Kamadian, Kastaya, Sarah, Kayabian, Banakal, Kwayaswan, Nashad Mawa, Bayan, Da'ara, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Yamawa, Kairab, Wakazabah, Wakatazar, Manai, Konas Yakamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayarasha, Nanawa, Af, Na'awa, Alahayim, Alahayab, Shayatamwa, Kagagala, Kakwash, Lapunya, like Rawaka'a, Ka'ash, Tabaira, Ya'ira, Wakala Abba, Talahat, Harayam, Kun, Taradatma, Basta Iraka, Babasa, Mala'a, Punyahum, Kwalawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wahab, it's like Waya Bahawa, Ayai, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Daiwa, Kayata, Shamka, Yahawa, Nabaka, Ayuan, Alkal, Ha'aratza. This is Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them, as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zaib, yea, all their princes as Zabat, and as Dalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. Oh my God, make them like it will, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. These are the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Wa Mayaka Allah, Wa Alahayim, Matazab Yah, Alawapia Hana, Ha Alawapium, Ha Sarunium, Ha Quatazayunium, Ha Kahayoyum, Waha Aquatian, Yahweh, Bahashemi Hawashai, the water Aman. These are the blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushua, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. All right, you may be seated. Shabu. So today, as y'all know, Sabbath service will be reading 49 verses in the Hebrew, 49 verses in the English. We're starting from the book of Leviticus, chapter 21 and 15, all the way to 23 and 6. All right, so we're going to start with the book of Leviticus, chapter 21, verse 15 in the Hebrew. Wama kaha aba yawa wa'a mawa mawatha yawa mata, verse 16. Waga naba ayasha wama ka rawa wana ma taza'a baya darwa mawata yawa ma, verse 17. Wama kwa lala aba yawa waya wa'amawa mawata yawa mata, verse 18. Wakaya yada ya bana ana anashayam waha kaha ayash, verse ayash ath da I ra'ai hawa ba'a bana ba'a ba'a ga rakwa wala'a yama watha wana kula lama sha kaba, verse 19. Ama yakwa wam wahatha halara baka itaza, it's like a baka wataza ila masha aina thawa wana kwaha hama kaha rakwa shabathawa yathana wara pa'a, it's like a wara pa'a yawa it's like yara pa'a, verse 20. Wakaya yakaha ayash iba dawa awa amathawa bashabat, it's like it. Bashabat wamatha takatha like yada wa nakwa ma yana kwa wam, not like na yana kwa ma, verse 21. Ara like ara ama ya wama awa ya wama yo, it's like ya wa mayam ya I mada la'a yakwa ma kaya kata kwawa haya'a, it's like hawa'a. And that's the last verse. We'll go to the book of Leviticus, chapter 21, verse 15 in the English. The book of Leviticus, chapter 21, verse 15. Neither shall he profane his seed among his people, for I, the Lord, do sanctify him. The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron, saying, Whosoever he be of thy seed in their generations, that hath any blemish, let him not approach to offer the bread of his God. For whatsoever man he hath, for whatsoever man he be that hath a blemish, he shall not approach a blind man or a lame, or he that hath a flat nose or anything superfluous, or a man that is broken footed or broken handed, or a crook back or a dwarf, or that hath a blemish in his eye, or be scurvy or scabbed, or hath his stones broken. Verse 21. No man hath a blemish of the seed of Aaron. No man that hath a blemish of the seed of Aaron, the priest, shall come nigh to offer the offerings of the Lord made by fire. He hath a blemish, he shall not come nigh to the offer the bread of his God. So this is listing all these people that, for context, listing off certain conditions that can't come, and like it says, offer offers unto the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like a blind man or a lame, or he had a flat nose or anything superfluous, broken footed, broken handed, crook backed, or a dwarf. You know what I'm saying? Scurvy or scab. Pretty self-explanatory with the verses. Verse 21, I'm gonna read it again. No man that hath a blemish of the seed of Aaron, the priest, shall come nigh to offer the offerings of the Lord made by fire. He hath a blemish, he shall not come nigh to offer the bread of his God. Basically saying he not allowed in the tabernacle to come and sacrifice. He can't bring a sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? Or he's not allowed within, where they sacrificing. He's not allowed to come and sacrifice anything, the broken footed, the broken handed, crook back dwarf, you know what I'm saying? Scurvy or scab. It may seem insensitive, but this is just the Lord's will. So like we're gonna move on to the next 7 verses though. We're gonna start from Leviticus 21 and 22 in Hebrew. The book of Leviticus, chapter 21, verse 22 in the Hebrew. Wakaya yanatazawa ana shayama wanaga kwawa aya ashaha haraha wayataza awa wala da yaha wala a yahaya amas like atawana aina washa yash like ya aina sha ka'ashara yasha ya ila al yawa ba'ila ha'asha wana thana baha ba bapa la yum. Verse 23. Verse 23. Wa ama ata wa na yahaya na wana tha wana napash thaka tha thaka na napa napash. Verse 24. I wana thak thaka I ayana shana shana thaka thaka shana ya yada thaka yada ragala thaka. Kawet thaka ragala. Verse 25. Kawa yaha thak thaka kawayaha patazai thaka patazai kaba waraha thaka kaba wa raha. Verse 26. Wakaya yakaha ayash ath ayana
Iba Dawa, Awa, Ath, Aya, Ayana, Ama Thawa, Washa Ka, so like Washa Katha, Washa Katha, Laka, Lakapash, Ya, Lakapash, Ya, Yasha, Laka, Nawa, Thakath, Aya, Aya, Nawa, verse 27. Verse 27. Wa'ama Shana Iba Dawa. It's like Ibadwa Awa Shana Amathawa Yapa Lapa Yala Laka Lakapashaya Lakapashya Yasha Laka Nawa Thakath Shadawa, verse 28. Verse 28, last verse. Wakaya Yaga Ka Shawara Ayash Awa Ath Asha Wamatha Takwa Wala Yata Kwala Hasha Nawa Hasha, so like a Hasha Wara Wala Ya Call Basha Rawa Waba Ila Hasha Wara Na Kwaya. The book of Leviticus, chapter 21, verse 22 in the English. He shall eat the bread of his God, both of the most holy and of the holy. Only he shall not go into the veil, nor come nigh unto the altar, because he hath a blemish, that he profane not my sanctuaries, for I, the Lord, do sanctify. And Moses told unto Aaron and his sons, and unto all the children of Israel. The book of Leviticus, chapter 22, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and to his sons, that they separate themselves from the holy things of the children of Israel, and that they profane not my holy name in the things which they hallow unto me. I am the Lord. Verse 3, say unto them, whosoever he be all of your seed among your generations, that go into the holy things which the children of Israel hallow unto the Lord, having his uncleanness upon him, that soul shall be cut off in my presence. I am the Lord. Verse 4, what man soever of the seed of Aaron is a leper or hath a running issue, he shall not eat of the holy things until he be clean. And whoso toucheth anything that is unclean by the dead, or a man whose seed goeth from him. So this is saying, again, I'm saying he's unclean, or I'm saying he has a sickness or some kind of illness that prevents him from coming around. I'm saying he shall not enter into the sanctuary, because then his soul will be cut off. The Lord is telling you right here, the sin to come into the sanctuary with these kind of things, with these kind of ailments. I'm saying some of these ailments that you obtain from birth, but now it's getting into leprosy, or I'm saying your seed of copulation and stuff like that, and things of that nature. I'm saying, but in 21, in the latter part of 21, it was speaking of a lot of natural born, I'm saying, what do they call ailments or infirmities, ailments or disabilities, salaki, not mental but physical. Right. But that was next 7 in the English. Going back to the Hebrew. The next 7 verses in the Hebrew. Wa'ama shawara nagatha hawa'a matha mala shala shama waha wa'ida ba Baba I la yawa wala a yasha ma wa nawa. It's like washa ma washa Yasha Maranawa, Wahama Yath, Ayash, Awa, Ashaha, it's like Asha, Hasha Wara, Watakwala, Watakwala, Waka, it's like a Waga, Wagama, Ba'ila, Yawa, Yawa, Yamawa, Yawa Matha, Ama, Kapara, it's like a Kapar, Yawasha, it's like Yawasha, Al Yawa, Wanathana, Pada, it's like a Sa, Da Yana, Nasa Shawa, Ka Kala, Ashar, Yawasha, Al Yawa, verse 30, verse 31. Awa Bana, Yaga Ka, Awa, Bath, it's like a Batha, Yaga Ka, Kamasha, Tama, it's like Kamasha, sorry, Kama, Shapat, Hawaha, Ya'ai, Shaha, Lawa, verse 32, Ama, Ibada, Yaga Ka, Hasha, Yawa, Awa, it's like a Hasha, Yara, Awa, Amaha, it's like Ama, Kappa, Kama Kwa, Shayam, Shakwa Layam, Yathana, La'ada Nayaw, La'ada Nayawa, verse 33. Wakaya, it's like Wakaya, Yata, like a Yapa, Ka, Ayash, Bawara, Awa, Kaya, Yaka, Raha, Ayash, Bara, Wala'a, Yakama Nawa, Wanapala, Shamaha, Shama, like a Shamaha, Shawara, like a Shawara, Awa, Kama Wara, verse 34. Ba'ila, Haba Wara, Yashalam, Kama Kwa, Yashayab, Laba I La Yawa, Yahamath, Yahaya, Lawa, verse 35. Wakaya, Yaga Kwa, sorry, Yaga Pa, verse 35, last verse. Wakaya, Yaga Kwa, Shawara, Ayash, Ath, Shawara, Ra'ai, Hawa, Wamatha, Matha, it's like a Wamaka, Rawa, Ah, Hasha, Wara, Hakaya, Naha, Tazawa, Ath, Kama Pawa, Wagama, Ath, Hamatha, Yaha, Taza, Yana. It's like a Wana. Next 7 verses. The book of Leviticus, chapter 22, verse 5 in the Hebrew, or like in English. Whosoever touches any creeping thing whereby he may be made unclean, or by a man whom he may take uncleanness, whatsoever uncleanness he hath, the soul which hath touched any such shall be unclean until even, and shall not eat of the holy things unless she washes flesh with water. Again, it's going into the law of being unclean. Some more things, a little bit more of extensive knowledge or extensive information on what can make you unclean, right? And you shall be unclean until even, until I'm saying you shower, you wash your clothes, and you get rid of the, Not necessarily get rid of. It's not necessarily a physical thing. But, you know what I'm saying? But until sundown, because for us as Israelites or Hebrew Israelites back in the day, or in the Bible, the new day doesn't start until the sun goes down. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like to think it starts when the sun comes up, but the reality is when the sun goes down. Right? So we're gonna continue on. Verse 6. The soul which hath touched any such shall be unclean until even, and shall not eat of the holy things unless she washes flesh with water. And when the sun is down, he shall be clean, and shall afterward eat of the holy things, because it is his food. That which dieth of itself, or it is torn with beasts, he shall not eat to defile himself therewith. I am the Lord. Now this right here, verse 8, is basically speaking about, so say you have a farm and you raising cows, you got 4 cows, and one of them dies from, you know what I'm saying, a broken leg, and he can't walk no more. So from now on, he just lays there. He just lays there and he just dies. You can't eat that cow because the flesh is now going to rot and it's going to make you sick. Not only is it going to make you sick, but it makes you unclean. It's unlawful to eat that thing. Or say you got another situation. You got cows. You got 4 cows. One of them gets attacked by coyotes. You know what I'm saying? A group of coyotes come and attack them. And you see that cow, the aftermath of the coyote attack and everything that they left. You know what I'm saying? Or you scared them off before they could finish it off. But the cow is already, you know what I'm saying, deceased. You can't go and eat that. You know what I'm saying? That animal. Not only is it going to make you sick, but it's unlawful, as it says in verse 8. Right? Verse 9, they shall therefore keep mine ordinance, lest they bear their sin for it and die therefore if they profane it. I, the Lord, do sanctify them. Verse 10, there shall no stranger eat of the holy things. A sojourner of the priest or an hired servant shall not eat of the holy thing. But if the priest buy any soul with his money, he shall eat of it, and he that is born in his house, they shall eat of his meat. And that was the end of the few verses in the English. We're going to go back to the Hebrew. Next 7 verses in the Hebrew. The next 7 verses in the Hebrew. Awa, Nawa, Nawadai, Kaya, Shana, it's like a Shawa Ra, Naga Ka, Hawa'a, Matha, Ma, Wala, Lasha, it's like a Shala, Shama, Wala'a, Yashama, Ra, it's like a Masha, Ra, Nawa, Ba'ai La Yawa, Shalama, Ya Shalom, Shawara, like a Ka, Hasha, Wara, it's like Hasha Wara, verse 37. Kaya, Yaga Naba, Aya, it's like Ayash, Sha, Wara, Awa, Asha, it's like a Shaha, Wataba Kawa, Awa, Makarawa, Hama Shaha, Ba Kora, Yasha Lama. Salakia. Fakath. Wa'ara Ba'ai Taza'a Na Fakath Hashaha Ama Bamaha like a Bamaka the Ratha Yamataza'a Haga Naba Wahakaha Wa Matha Ayana Lawa Dama Yama Ama Zarakatha Zarakaha, Hashamash, Ayawa, Damayam, Lawa, Shalama, Shalom, Yashalama, Ama, Ayana, Lawa, Wana Kara, Baga na ba Baga na ba Thawa, Ama, Hama Taza'a, Thama Taza'a, Baya Dawa, Haga na Baha, Masha Wara, Ida, Kama Wara, Ida, Shaha Haya Kaya Yam, Shana Yam, Yasha Lama, Kaya, Yaba Ira, Ayash, Shadaha, Awa, Karama, Washalak, Ath, Ba'aya Raha, Ba'aya Rawa, Waba Ira, Basha Daha, Athar, Maya Taba, Shaba, Shada Hawa, Wama Ya Taba, Kawa Mawa, Yasha Lama, verse 5, Kaya, the Tataza'a, Asha, Wa'ataza, Wamataza Aha, Kwataza Yam, Wana'a Kala, Wanakala, Gada Yasha, Awa, Hakwa Maha, Awa, Asha Daha, Shalama, Yashalama, Hamaba I Wara, Haba I Raha. Last verse. The book of Leviticus, chapter 22, verse 12. If the priest's daughter also be married unto a stranger, she may not eat of an offering unto the holy things. But if the priest's daughter be a widow or divorced and have no child, and is returned unto her father's house, as in her youth, she shall eat of her father's meat. But there shall no stranger eat thereof. Now, when saying stranger, we have to explain this every time, because some of y'all still think that when we say stranger, it's speaking about those who aren't Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Those who are Israelite by blood. But a stranger is somebody who's just somebody that was not raised with you. That didn't grow up in, think of it as somebody that didn't grow up in the same campus, or somebody that didn't grow up knowing that they're Israelite, didn't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? In the New Testament, it speaks about Gentiles a lot. Gentiles meaning people who grew up outside the city of Jerusalem. Like us today, all of us will be considered Gentiles. You know what I'm saying? We weren't born in the truth. We weren't raised in the truth to understand that we are, we're not niggas, we Judites. You know what I'm saying? Or we're not Native Americans, we're Gadites. We're not Mexicans, we're Issacharites. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we didn't grow up with the knowledge of who we were. You know what I'm saying? So that's what a Gentile or a stranger is, somebody that grew up without knowing who they were, right? Verse 14, and if a man eat of the holy thing unwittingly, then he shall put the fifth part therefore unto it, and shall give it unto the priest with the holy thing. And they shall not profane the holy things of the children of Israel, which they offer unto the Lord. Verse 16. Verse 16, or suffer them to bear the iniquity of trespass when they eat their holy things, for I, the Lord, do sanctify. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 18, last verse, speak unto Aaron and to his sons, and unto all the children of Israel, and say unto them, whatsoever he be of the house of Israel, or the strangers in Israel, that will offer his oblation for all his vows and for all his free will offerings, which they will offer unto the Lord for a burnt offering. Going back to the Hebrew, Slakia. Verse 6. Okay, verse 6. Kaya yathana ayash Allah ra'ai hawa kama. It's like a ka ma kwa kama kwa awa kalayam lasha mawa. It's like lasha mar waga naba maba yatha Tha'ayash, Ama, Yama Taza'a, Haga Naba, Yashalom, Shana Yam. Verse 7, Ama La'a, Yama Taza'a, Haga Naba, Wana Kwa Rabba, Ba'ila, Haba Yatha, Allah, Ha'ala, Hayam, Ama La'a, Shalacha, Shalak. So yada wa bama la katha wa'ai hawa. Verse 8. Yala kala that's like an aisle call double. It's like a dabar pasha I la shawara I la kama wara I la shaha I la shalamaha. That's like a shalama. I'll call Abba daha ashar Ya'amar. It's like Ya'amar kaya hawa'a zaha it's like Ida ha'ala hayam yaba'a daba. It's like a dabar shana yahum ashar yarasha ya'ain. It's like yarasha ya'aina Allah hayam ya shalom shana yam Lara I Hawa. Verse 9. Kaya Yathana Ayash all Ra'ai Hawa Hama Wara Awa Shawara Awa Shaha Wakal Bahama Lasha Mawa Wamatha Awa Ba'a. It's like Nasha Bar Hawa Nashabaha Ayana Raha. Verse 10. Shaba'ai Yahweh Thaha Yaha Bayana Shana Ya Ama La'a Shalacha. It's like a Shalak Yada Wa Bamala'a Katha Slakia Ra'ai Hawa Wala Kwak Ba'ila Yawa Wa La'a Ya Shalom. Verse 11. Kind of like verse 11. Wa Ama Gana Ba Yana Yagana Ba It's like a Ma'ai Mawa Ya Shalom Yashalom, Laba I La Yawa, verse 12, Ama Tarakwa, Yata Rakwa, Yaba Hawa Ida, Hata Rapaha, La'a, Ya Shalom, verse 13, Yakaya, Yasha Allah, Ayash, Ma'aima, Ra'ai Hawa, Wanasha Bara, Awa, Matha, Ba'ila Yawa, Ayana, Aimawa, Salama, Ya Salama. The book of Leviticus, chapter 22, verse 19. You shall offer at your own will a male without blemish of the beeves, of the sheep, or of the goats, but whatsoever hath a blemish, but whatsoever hath a blemish, that shall ye not offer, for it shall not be acceptable unto you. And whosoever offereth a sacrifice of peace offerings unto the Lord to accomplish his vow, or a freewill offering in beeves, or sheep, it shall be perfect to be accepted. There shall be no blemish therein. Now this right here is saying give a perfect offering. Now when you go and you offer unto the Lord, you don't want to take the little cheap store bought meat. Just put it into today's perspective. Are you bringing something for a high holy day? Are you you giving up some of your time to serve the Lord? You make sure that time that you give up to serve the Lord is the best of your time. When you do, or when you are serving the Lord during this time, that you do it to your best ability, that you sacrifice this perfectly. So that your sacrifice be perfect. We bring it up all the time. There's an account of two brothers that sacrificed. They both went and sacrificed unto the Lord. One sacrifice and offering was accepted, and one of them was rejected. And, looked at it as bro, you really don't serve me because you're gonna bring me this subpar at best offering. When your brother did his best to bring me his offering, you want to make sure everything that you give towards the Lord is always the best. That's just best that none of your offerings should have blemish, and put it in today's time, because now we know, as in today's time we don't sacrifice, because during the time when we did sacrifice, we overplayed that. We were sinning just because we know that we can just go sacrifice. We're gonna be good. Clean slate. Yep. I slept with this man's wife and I'm finna go sacrifice his goat. Man, I already got the goat picked out. You already got what you finna sacrifice before you go commit the sin. And the Lord didn't make it, he didn't want it to be where we can sin and just sacrifice. Now we have to pay for our sins. Now we have to own up or take accountability for things we do. And now a scripture, paraphrasing, of course, it says, every man shall pay for his own sin. Meaning we can't sacrifice no more. There was one sacrifice. There was one last sacrifice, and that was Yahushua Mashiach. That's why the Bible sometimes refers to him as the last lamb, or the ultimate sacrifice, because he was the ultimate sacrifice. His sacrifice was the best sacrifice. It was perfect. Perfect. Christ came onto the earth as a man. He came to two, to two parents, sinful flesh. And he was tempted. He was tempted throughout his entire life. No matter how long Christ lived, it don't matter how long he lived, he was tempted his entire life. And out of all the temptations that he ever faced, as a man on this planet, he resisted all of them. All the temptations, meaning he did not sin, not once. Christ was perfect, and that's why his sacrifice was the best. That's why when he went up on that cross and died for the sins of the children of Israel, only for the children of Israel, did the Lord accept that sacrifice, because he was perfect. He had no blemish. You want to make sure that you have no blemish, that you're perfect in the Lord's eyes. The book of Matthew says, be ye therefore perfect, as my Father in heaven is perfect. Without blemish. You don't want to have no blemish. You want to have nothing bad on your record, no smut on your record. You want to have a stellar record. When somebody speaks about your name, oh, I know that brother, man. His work excellent, man. He be doing good work, bro. I know that brother. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't want to be that brother like, oh, yeah, I know that brother. I heard he got caught. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Or he not coming around no more because he done did this. Or he stopped showing up to class because this happened to him and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? We're not murmuring about you, but now your record, or now your sacrifice doesn't mean as much, because now we see that, when you're here, yeah, you can be as perfect as you want to be. You try and be, super soldier, super Jew, you know what I'm saying? But out in the world, you're a wicked bastard, you know what I'm saying? Your sacrifice is not perfect. The time that you come and give it here don't mean nothing. Because out there, outside them doors, you're horrible. It means nothing to the Lord, right? So you want to make sure that everything you do for the Lord is always perfect. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that you studying to the best of your ability. So when you come into the class, or you know what I'm saying, a brother comes to you for a breakdown, that the breakdown that you give him is perfect. You know what I'm saying? That he don't go out thinking something wrong, or you don't go out teaching something to somebody else. And now this false doctrine is being spread because you haven't put the time and hours into study, or because you're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? You being perfect affects everybody under you. You know what I'm saying? That's why we said we're going to judge you off your fruits. You know what I'm saying? We're going to judge you off the things that you do, off the men that you produce, off of the products that you produce. You know what I'm saying? Off the work that you do around the school. You know what I'm saying? And around, for the brothers. That's how you get judged, not by the contents of your pockets, how the world so ignorantly judges you today. They judge you by how much money you got in your pockets, not by the things you do with that money. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, when they get a lot of, Judites, when they get into a lump sum of money, or not even just Judites, Israelites in general, they get into a lump sum of money and they want to leave the hood. They forget about the hood. They forget that everything that they experienced in that hood is what made them what they is today. You know what I'm saying? Every rapper that raps about, selling this, that, and the third, and doing this and getting into this shootout and this, that, and the third. I want to leave that hood behind. Like I understand wanting to get away from that lifestyle, but not giving back to that community that made you who you are, not giving back to the community that gave you those rap lyrics, or not giving back to that high school that you went to that made you, you know what I'm saying, the ultimate track star, or the ultimate football player, the ultimate basketball player, because you couldn't go home at a certain point in time. You couldn't go home at a certain time, so you stayed at school and played basketball until the lights turned off, and then you go home and, you know what I'm saying, or you always want to stay at football practice, you know what I'm saying, and when you go home, it ain't nothing there. You know what I'm saying, you always forget about the environment that made you who you was, instead of, trying to go and be like, yeah, man, these kids, they don't need to be, you know what I'm saying, they don't need to be wandering around these parks, you know what I'm saying, maybe we should build a gym in this city, maybe we should build a YMCA, maybe we should build a rec center for these kids to go and play basketball instead of gangbanging and running the streets. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing that, they want to leave the hood. They want to go marry a white woman and splurge the money on mansions and houses and cars and just vanity, nothing. King Solomon, think of King Solomon, the wisest man in the world, or one of the wisest men in the Bible, probably one of the richest too. He prayed to the Lord for wisdom. He said, I'm not going to pray for riches. I'm going to pray for wisdom. But the Lord said, since you praying for wisdom, I'm going to give you wisdom and money. But at the end of one of his books, the book of Ecclesiastes, he said there's nothing else that matters besides serving God himself. Solomon said the man with everything. Think about it. King David was his father, meaning when he came into reign, the kingdom was at peace. He didn't have to go to war. He didn't have to go slaughter nobody. You know what I'm saying? So now he's just sitting on the throne of his father, serving the Lord. You know what I'm saying? He later then fell into serving other gods. But he don't have to worry about, people paying tribute to nobody, or, you know what I'm saying, anybody invading the homeland, or, you know what I'm saying, somebody coming to take the temple from him. You know what I'm saying? He has all the money, all the women. You know what I'm saying? Solomon is so famously known for having 700 wives, and, you know what I'm saying, such and such, how many concubines, this, that, and the third. But think about it. Solomon had everything. Everything. And at the end of Ecclesiastes, he said, here's the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments. That's it. That's literally all you have to do. You know what I'm saying? Fear God and keep his commandments, not everything else. Everything that you're spending your money on, you know what I'm saying? When you leave the hood, buying this many Lambos, you buy this to Mercedes and this to BMW, you do that third to it, and you just bought your second home, you know what I'm saying? Now you bought your third investment property. You know what I'm saying? That's vanity. When there's people in the same hood that you came from, kids still getting shot because they wander in the streets instead of, you know what I'm saying, having something to do after school. You know what I'm saying? There's something to get into besides the streets or besides the gang life. You know what I'm saying? But instead of giving back to the community, you want to lead it. You want to forget everything that you came from. Don't do that. Do not forget where you came from. It's like I don't forgot where I was at. Like verse 21, and whosoever offereth a sacrifice of peace offerings unto the Lord to accomplish his vow, or a freewill offering in the beeves or sheep, it shall be perfect to be accepted. There shall be no blemish therein, blind or broken or maimed, or having a wen of scurvy or scab. He shall not offer these unto the Lord, nor make an offering by fire of them upon the altar unto the Lord. Neither a bullock or a lamb that had anything superfluous or lacking in his parts, that mayest thou offer for a free will offering, but for a vow it shall not be accepted. Verse 24, you shall not offer unto the Lord that which is bruised or crushed or broken or cut, neither shall ye make any offering therefore in your land. Neither from a stranger's hand shall you offer the bread of your God, any of these things, because their corruption is in them, and blemish be them, and they shall not be accepted for you. Going back to the next 7 verses in Hebrew. All right, the next 7 verses in the Hebrew. Wakaya, Yaka Slagin, Yapa Thaha, Ayash, Bathawa, Laha, Shar, La'a, Allah, Ara, Shaha, Washa, Kaba, Aimaha, Hamora, Yamaha, Ranaha, Lawa, La'a, Shah, verse 16, Ama, Ma'ana, Yama'ana, Abba Yaha, Latha, Thaha, Lawa, Kama Kwa, Yasha Kola, Kama Hara, Haba Tha Wa Latha, verse 17, Makasha Paha, La'a, Thaka Yaha, verse 18, Kala, Sakakal, Shakaba, Aima, Bahamaha, Mawatha, Yawama, Zabak, La'ala, Hayam, Hawa, it's like a Haka, Ramah, Balathawa, La Yahawa, Laba Dawa, verse 20. Verse 20. So like verse 20. Wagara, La'a, Ta'a, it's like a Tawa, Naha, La'a, it's like a Wala'a, Talaha, Taza, Na, Talaka, Ta, Zana. Like Tha, La, Ka, Taza, Nawa, Kaya, Garayam, Haya, Ya, Thama, Ba'a, Rataza, Mataza, Rayam, sorry, Mataza, Ryan, verse 21, Kala, Alamana, like Amalanaha, Waya, Tha, Wa, Thama, La'a, Ma'ai, Wana, verse 22, Ama, so like Ainaha, Ta'ai Naha, Atham, like Afwa, Kaya, Ama, Taza, Ai Kwa, Yakwa, Ya, sorry, Yataza, Yataza, Ai Kwa, Al Ya, Shama'ai, Ashama'ai, Taza, Ai Kwa, the Wa. Next 7 verses, right. The book of Leviticus, chapter 22, verse 26. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, when a bullock or a sheep or a goat is brought forth, then it shall be 7 days under the dam. from the 8th day of, and thenceforth it shall be accepted for an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And whether it be a cow or ill, ye shall not kill it, and for young both in one day. Verse 29, and when you will offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving unto the Lord, offer it at your own will. Now, this is not saying celebrate Thanksgiving. I'm pretty sure y'all know. Some of y'all don't. So, I don't see Thanksgiving right there in Leviticus, like y'all say in Leviticus. I say we're not supposed to celebrate the feast days during Leviticus, huh? No, that's not what we're saying, bro. This is not celebrate. It's not saying celebrate Thanksgiving. On the same day, it shall be eaten up. Ye shall leave none of it until the morrow. I am the Lord. Therefore shall ye keep my commandments and do them. I am the Lord. Neither shall ye profane my holy name, but I will be hallowed among the children of Israel. I am the Lord which hallow you. For the second time, we're going to read the last 7 verses in English. Verse 33, that brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 1. Now, Leviticus 23 is probably one of my favorite chapters, and probably one of my favorite, top ranked in the Bible, because it gives us a great, amount of history, as far as what we should keep, the days that we should keep special unto us, the days that we shall proclaim to be holy, unto the Lord, the days that we can come together and we shall, so say that these are our holy days, man. I'm not going to celebrate the holidays in the world. I'm going to come to the sanctuary, the temple of the Lord, see my brothers and my sisters, gonna have a drink, gonna have some food, kick it, listen to good music and see each other. That's what a holy convocation is. A holy gathering, a separate gathering. Holy meaning separate, convocation meaning gathering. And it's not just anybody, it's a gathering of Israelites, of blacks, natives, and Hispanics. How beautiful, how wonderful is it to see that? To come to the school and see all the children wandering around, and the sisters sitting in one circle conversation and conversating, and the brothers outside having a drink and talking to each other and listening to the music. And that's just, it's just so much that these high holy days, give us as a people. It gives us a piece of our identity back. Because growing up in America, you're so used to celebrating Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, Easter. Especially that Easter, because the Christian church glorifies Easter. They say it's the day that the Lord is risen. He has risen. I hate seeing that on Easter. I promise you, it kind of bothers me. I be at Passover and I be seeing everybody posting, "Oh, he is risen. He is risen." Not people in the school, but people in the world. All on my Instagram feed. He is risen. He is risen. Like, all right, bro. This is it. And the whole thing behind Easter is just shows that Christians have no idea about the Bible. They have no understanding of the Bible at all. Because the word, because Easter is really the Passover. In reality, I think we're supposed to be celebrating the third day Christ was resurrected, and it's that third, and that's not true. We're supposed to be celebrating the day that the Lord sent the death angel over Egypt and killed all the firstborn in Egypt. And let's, the Israelites, we were told to mark our door with the sheep's blood, and then that spirit of death is going to pass over us. And after that, following the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Feast of Unleavened Bread. After that, after the death angel passed over us, we was told, and after everybody woke up and they seen, the Pharaoh seen, everybody was, all these Egyptians was crying out, that their firstborn was dead and this, that, and the third. He told Moses, man, get your people and get out of here. Now, expediently, get out now, right? So we had no time to wait for the bread to rise. We couldn't add the yeast in the bread. So that's why we ate unleavened bread. That's why we keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread for 7 days. It's literally the day right after the Passover. So it goes Sabbath service, Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, so on and so forth. And this is also the start of our new year. We don't call it the new year. We don't be like, "Oh, Happy New Year. Hey, Shalom Lord Christ, Happy New Year." No. But this is the start of our new year as Israelites, as, blacks, natives, and Hispanics, not January 1st. It doesn't make sense for your year to start where everything is dying instead of growing. Why would your year start in the winter? Why would you not want to start the year off with abundance? Who would want to start the year off with famine and dying crops? It just doesn't make sense. That just shows you how backwards the white man is. His science, his technology is just so just confusing. This is most definitely Babylon. Babylon meaning confusion. Because who will start the year off with famine? When in reality, you're supposed to start the year off in the spring, where everything has came back after the winter. Everything has done died off, and all the trees and all the flower and all the fruit and all the crops is growing back. what I'm saying? So you can start the year off good. Just like you want to start your day off with a good cup of coffee and a good bagel or a croissant or something. That's how we're gonna start the year off. We're gonna start the year off good. You know what I'm saying? Full of abundance. Full of, you know what I'm saying, enough food to feed the people. And we're not gonna be suffering in our new year. You're gonna be like, oh, happy new year, happy new year. But then a couple of days later, a couple of weeks later, people dying from starvation because there ain't no food. Just don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Why not start the year off good and keep it rolling? You know what I'm saying? Make sure it stays good. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get into these last 7 verses. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. That's right here saying that the Lord, I'm proclaiming my feast right now. The Lord is proclaiming his feasts, you know what I'm saying, the ones that we should keep forever, you know what I'm saying, until Christ come back. Until I'm old and gray, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, somebody else's son sit on the podium and teach the class. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep on keeping these high holy days. Keep on keeping. It's like, that's crazy. We're going to keep on keeping our holy days forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You know what I'm saying? Until the end of time. Lord says we could proclaim it forever, and all our generations is going to say it. You know what I'm saying? Later on, right? Verse 3, 6 days shall your work be done. On the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest. In holy convocation, you shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. And this right here is speaking of the Sabbath day, the first high holy day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Every year after Passover, the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge posts a list of all the high holy days, and the first one is always the Sabbath day. The Sabbath day, the 7th day of the week, a Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Starting Friday night sundown to Saturday night sundown. That is your Sabbath. That is your day to rest. You know what I'm saying? When it speaks of the no servile work part, it's more so for people who own a company or have people that work for them, have Israelites that work for them. They're supposed to let those Israelites off from like the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? Go rest. Go do what you want to do. Go chill with your family. Go take your family to the beach. Or, you know what I'm saying? Go out to eat or do this, that, and the third. The Sabbath day is the day for you to do anything that you cannot do throughout the week. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it may not even be resting. Sometimes you need to change the brake on your car. Sometimes you need to take your car into the shop and get it looked at. Or sometimes you need to take your son to the, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? You got to run a couple errands. It's just a day to get done. It's just a day to get things done that you usually won't be able to get done throughout the week. That's all it is. It's not, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to sit in there in your bed like this because you can't turn the light on. Or you can't get out of your bed because you can't open your door because that's using technology. That's not the Sabbath day. You know what I'm saying? The little man with the funny hats on has a horrible interpretation of the Sabbath day. And one thing I noticed about them is they like to find a lot of hacks. I seen this one video of this I can't say it, but you know, funny hat bastards. They had a lamp. Now the lamp, because they say on the Sabbath day you can't use technology, you can't turn the light on. So they have a lamp that opens and closes, like a shade goes over the actual light part. Now they say when you open it, everybody knows when you open the light, when you open the lamp and pull it and the shade reveals the light under it, we all know that that's turning the light on, right? But then you close it because you can't see the light. They say technically the light was never on because we can't see it. Technically, we can think that the light was always off until we pull it up, reveal the light, and there the light is on. Like, y'all trying to find hacks. Like, it's just so crazy how they try and find hacks around, you know, the Sabbath day. If they try to find hacks around the laws that they put into place, that just shows you that they ain't the real people. They ain't who they claim they is because they don't know how to keep the laws. And the laws was not given to them, so I wouldn't expect them to know how to keep them. You know what I'm saying? But they always trying to find hacks and, you know, different ways around keeping the Sabbath day. But in reality, they're not keeping it anyway, so it really don't matter. But it kind of bothers me because they claim so much that, we're the Jews, this is our homeland. This homeland was promised to us, and they don't even know what they do. All right, let me go on. Verse 4, these are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which you shall proclaim in their seasons. Verse 5, in the 14th day of the first month, at even is the Lord's Passover. Let's get a Passover hand, man. Passover 57, Houston, Texas, man. Lord allow, see all the brothers and sisters there, man. Passover is probably one of the most glorious events in all of Israel, probably the high holy day. You know what I'm saying? You get to see all the people that you see on the internet, you know what I'm saying? Captain Tazariak, General Hyman, all the generals, Commander General Hanna, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, all the brothers that you see on the internet, on Facebook, you get to see them in person. You know what I'm saying? They're real people. You know what I'm saying? You get to see them, you know what I'm saying? All the glorious garment, all the sisters' beautiful dresses, it's like all the garments that the brothers then made. You know what I'm saying? Brothers is not buying these garments, you know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers in the schools making these glorious garments, man. That's just absolutely wonderful to see every year. Every year it just gets better and better every year. And then again, the sisters with their dresses, they beautiful dresses, you know what I'm saying? Getting themselves looking, you know what I'm saying? Very beautiful daughters of Zion that they do. You know what I'm saying? Looking for the look that they do for the Passover. You know what I'm saying? And the Passover is honestly a taste of heaven. To go into a room and to be around people that serve the same God as you, you know what I'm saying? To understand that everybody in here is not going to try and steal from you. No one's going to try and touch your kid. No one's going to lie to you. No one's going to tell you something that you know what I'm saying, that they're not going to tell you to do something that you wouldn't do, that they wouldn't do themselves. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in there is just like you. How rare is it for a black, native, Hispanic man and woman to go into a room and everybody in there is like that? Nobody in that room has an ill intent or malice intent, or they don't have the intentions of doing something harmful to them people or to you in that room. How rare is that? You know what I'm saying? Well, it's not rare. We've been doing it since 1969 in Israel School University of Practical Knowledge. All you gotta do is walk through them doors. You know what I'm saying? Pay a Passover fee and walk through them doors, and you get a taste of the kingdom of heaven. Now imagine you go to the Passover and you just, oh my God, dumbfounded. You just, oh my gosh, you can't even explain it. You know what I'm saying? Now imagine when we actually get the kingdom of heaven. That's what it's going to be like all the time. Everybody there is going to serve the same God as you. Wanna know how I know? Because you can't get to the kingdom of heaven without serving God. Period. Point blank. Everybody in the kingdom of heaven is going to do what you do, talk how you talk. You know what I'm saying? Eat what you eat. Everything. They're going to be just like you. Aren't you tired of being, you know what I'm saying, the odd one out here in America? You know what I'm saying? They're going to be just like you. And that's just how glorious it is to see everybody, all the brothers, you know what I'm saying, conversing. And, you know what I'm saying, most of the time, the live band playing. It's just beautiful. It's like, and on the 15th day, the same month as the Feast of Unleavened Bread, like we said, the 14th day is the Passover, the 15th, the day right after, is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And unto the Lord, 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. So, like I said, in Egypt, by the time the Pharaoh told us to get out of Egypt, you know what I'm saying, and Moses, you know, spread the word that we have to leave Egypt, it was time for us to get up on out of there. We couldn't wait for our bread to rise. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't add yeast. This right here just reminds us that we was in you know, a grab it and go situation. You know what I'm saying? It just puts you back in the mindset of, dang, we was rushing out of Egypt like that, like we gotta go. We didn't even have time to let the bread rise, because if most of y'all bake, or some of y'all don't bake, y'all see it on the internet. When you bake bread, you have to, when you add the yeast and you knead the dough, you put it to the side, you cover it, and you let it rest and you let it rise. But during that week, those 7 days, you're not allowed to eat anything that contains any leavening. You know what I'm saying? So baking soda, yeast, I'm pretty sure General Muhammad said yeast extract is swab, but anything that makes bread or dough rise, you know what I'm saying? Anything that'll make bread rise. So you can't eat sandwiches, you know what I'm saying? You can't go to Subway, you can't eat pizza, you know what I'm saying? None of that. And also you have to eat a piece of unleavened bread every day before sundown on those during that week. So yeah, that's just a taste of Leviticus 23, the first few verses. This is actually the end of the reading. So start concluding the service with that. I might even just meet up here.
Liars for Allah, which means to Israel. We're going over the prayers again. So Amayim wa Panyah Hakudam, which means to rise and face east. We're going to go over the prayers in the Hebrew and English, starting with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakutka, Taba'ah, Watazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratada, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathalanawa, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalaklanawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawatinawa, Wala'a, Tabayayanawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashinawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wa'atapara, La'iwalamium, Aman. The Lord's Prayer in the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Amen. This is the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, Babu Kashah, Nathan Lanawa, Hakak, Hakak, so like a Lara Pa'ah, Kal Makala, or Kal Madawa, Hakak, Hatahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, the Hakwayim, Hamatyam, Hakak, Arakawa, Hatama'ala, Lagar Shun, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the water Aman. This is the power in English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you. So be it. This is the blessed Israel in the English, like in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Barak Lanawa, Wayashra'ala, Bahabaya, Saparium, Barak, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the water Aman. What we just said was, Lord, in the name of Yahweh, so like in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless us and Israel and the school in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. It's Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, Asha'ah, Ayanya, All, Aharyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isarya, Ma'ain, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Wa'arataza, Ayathan, Namawat, Regalka, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yashra'ala, Yahweh, like a Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyamka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal, Rai, Yashamar, Atnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'aka, Wa'aka, Mayatha, Wa'ayid Alamu. It's like Wa'ayid Alamya. This is Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. This is Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, all Dami Alaka, all Taka Arash, all Tashakwat, all Kayahana, Ayawabika, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Al-Aimaka, Ya'ar Sawata, Waitha, Ya'itatawa, Altazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakakidam, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Shabyan Sha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Nawa Aitazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Ayaka, Barya, Yakawafwa, Ahalya, Adawam, Wayashamai, Allah, Yum, Wawa'aba, Wahagarium, Gabal, Wa'amawan, Wa'amalat, Palasha, Amnishabian, Tazawar, Gum Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labunya, Lawat, Salah, Aisha, Lahum, Kamadian, Kasaya, Sarah, Kayabian, Banakal, Koyashwan, Nishamawa, Ba'ayan, Da'ara, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Yamawa, Kairab, Wakazaba, Wakazaba, Wakazalmanai, called Nasiakamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Naya Rasha, Nanawa, Naawa, Alahayam, Alahayam, Shaitamwa, Kagagala, Kakwash, Lapunya, Rawaka'a, Ka'ash, Dabaira, Yaira, Wakala Aba, Dalahat, Harayam, Kun, Daradapma, Basairaka, Wabasa, Wapaka, Dabahalam, Mala'a, Punyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabukwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Punyaham, Yabashwa, Wayabahawa, Ayai, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Daiwa, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labaka, Ayuan, Alka, Ha'arakza. This is Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin at the brook of Kishon, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nose like Oreb, and like Zaid, yea, all their princes as Zabah, and as Zalmunna, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. Oh my God, make them like a whip, as the stubble before the wind, as a fire burneth the wood, as a flame setteth the mountains on fire, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. These are the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Wa Mayaka Allah, Wa Alahayim, Matazab Ya'ah, Alawap Yahana, Ha Alawapium, Ha Saranyam, Ha Kwatazayanyam, Ha Kahayoyam, Wa Ha'akwatyan, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the water Aman. The blessings in the English, bless you Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. With that, this concludes the service. With that, in Israel, Amadim will give one curse to the brothers and sisters. In Israel, Ban Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahweh Shemi Al Shai Bakathum, Yahweh Shemar Alathum by Shemi Al Shai. Lord Christ Israel, Shalom, Lord Christ.